oh well, Yu-Gi-Oh! And its stuff actually happened. Great! Hey guys, xthedarkone here for another of my weekly review. I know it's a bit late, but you know, it is what it is. Back on reviewing, we've got a new arc starting up. We're all in there. Let's get on with this. Let's hop onto the VRains train and talk about Turn 21, the Pitch Black Sun. So the episode starts, people in the VRains, they're just chilling, playing the card games, whatever, all round, you know, nice day, nice day. Although I'm already invested more in this random guy who was using Pocky Dragon and Prime Material Dragon. I'm more invested in this kid than any other fucker in the show so far, but whatever, watching away, then out of nowhere, an eclipse. A total eclipse of the heart. No, eclipse of the sun, right? The eclipse happens, people are going, what the fuck? Is it an event? Is it a virus? What's going on? Playmaker's like watching it going, yeah, shit's going down, as he does. And then we have the intro. After the intro, we see Yusuke in his kind of, you know, in his class, and that weird guy who is just the exposition guy. He comes in, he's like, oh, you know these other guys? He's like, fuck you talking about? And I went, oh, I'll tell you, right, basically, these people, duelists, these white hands come out and they take you, and they're disappearing into the VRains and never to be seen again. The bodies are left as empty shells, and it, you know, explains all of it, and then Playmaker, Yusuke's just like, yeah mate, but it's actually another, as in another world, dickhead. So he knew all that shit. He goes off. So, basically, people are disappearing. People aren't necessarily disappearing, their bodies are going into the VRains, much like what happened with Blue Angel. They're getting infected with a virus. Their dual discs are getting sucked into the VRains against their will, and they're being trapped there, and their bodies are just sort of left lifeless. So Playmaker and his mate, they're just going at it. They're doing all the research and stuff, and they realise that there's three things in common. One, they go to, I think it's one, they go to Yusuke's school, I think that was one. Two, they all have older model dual discs, and three, I can't remember the third option. But anyway, they use all that options and goes, right, well, they're clearly targeting people, they're trying to get off the Playmaker. And then they find out, they do a bit more research and realise, right, this guy might be the next target. They run to his house and they get there. And before we actually see any of that happen, we then cut to Revolver, who's kind of looking about, and he's like, I gotta get shit done. Dad, I gotta get shit done. Dad's like, go get shit done. Go get shit done now. He's like, right, not long though. Back in 5 minutes for your tea and get back here, right? And he's like, got your dad, I'll sort it. He goes off to do who knows what. He wants to sort out his whole thing with Playmaker and figure out who Playmaker is, so he's doing all that. Yusuke gets to this guy's house who he thinks is the next target. However, he's too late. This kid's already being forced into the VRains, and he's already out, he's unconscious. He then looks on the computer screen to see a new villain, Dr. Monochrome or something, Genome, I think his name was. So like Geno and Chrono, I can't remember, but Dr. Genosum or something. I want to put it in. I'll put the name in. But he basically appears and he's like, right, are you Playmaker? He's like, no. This kid's like, no. He's like, do you have an AI? Who is your AI the exist? He's like, no. And he's like, right, well, you might be telling the truth, but I'm not going to take a chance. I'm just going to put you to sleep. So he does this virus, hits him with this virus, knocks him out. Who then rushes in but fucking goes back where the fuckers go been. He comes back, saves him. Turns out this guy who's just been put unconscious is like Go's best mate out of nowhere because the story demanded it. Go's like, give me that antivirus software like now. This new guy's like, alright, well help us find Playmaker and I'll give it you back. And he's like, oh, fuck you then, I will, whatever. So he then goes, Playmaker, Yusuke, gets his mate, you know, goes mate to the hospital. Go gets there. He's like, I don't know who brought him in. I don't know who did it, but someone's here. He's talking about, you know, what this guy wants and everything. Yusuke's there, and he's walking off, and goes like, oh wait, who are you? He's like, oh, are you wearing the same uniform? Do you go to the same school as him? He's like, yeah, I go to the same school. My name's Yusuke Fujiki, and he goes off. And he's like, oh, okay, interesting. We then cut to a whole bunch of Knights of Hanoi. Apparently loads of people have now joined. Revolver's like, yeah, but these guys don't really give a shit about the cause. They just want to be dickheads. These are basically trolls. Basically a bunch of trolls join the Knights of Hanoi, and they're like harassing players, attacking them for no reason. But then out of nowhere, Playmaker, Yusuke's watching this in the hot dog van as he's about to go into into the VRains, and he's watching it on that big screen. But then out of nowhere, Playmaker appears, starts kicking the shit out of these guys, and then Yusuke's like, who the fuck's that supposed to be? And then, you know, it's very uncharacteristic. You kind of can tell it's not really Yusuke, it's not really Playmaker, obviously. And then out of nowhere, this doctor guy appears. He's like, I know who you are, really. You ain't Playmaker. I know for a fact who you are. You, sir, are Go Oninoku. You're not even top 50 anymore. So yeah, Go has been out of commission. He's not been in the public eye since his duel with Playmaker, apparently. He's just dropped out of popularity and whatever. And then he's like, right, no point me hiding anymore. Boom, changes back to Go. And he's like, right, what the fuck do you want? He's like, you're going to join me? And he's like, no, I actually now know the secret identity of Playmaker. And I'm like, what? Whoa, you know it? I was like, yeah, and I'll trade you for it. If you beat me in a duel, I'll tell you who Playmaker is. If you don't, you got to give me the antivirus software. And he's like, right then, bitch, bring it the fuck on. And then we cut. We don't get to the start of a duel. The episode ends. This was a pretty good duel. It's not a duel. It was a pretty good episode. You know, it's nice seeing Go back. I did like Go, and it's nice seeing him back. We got a bit of backstory with him. Again, it did seem a bit out of nowhere, this backstory. Like this random guy we've never seen before. I mean, has he been in the show before? I don't recognise him from earlier on in the episode in the show, but apparently he's Go's best mate now, and Go's pissed off, so we're just going to have to see. The real question is, does Go actually know who Playmaker is? It's a tough one, because he might actually know. Like, he did meet Playmate, he did meet Yusuke, and maybe he put two and two together. Who knows? Maybe he's also, because I think Go's not an idiot. Go's pretty clever. And I think maybe the chance let's say he does know, let's say he's sussed it out, then he knows, and he's obviously sussed it out by going, right, well, they've all had old school decks, and they go to the same school, and maybe he just used the same information and sussed it out, and then he met this random kid, and he's like, okay, that kid's a bit weird, his hair he's got weird two tones going on, it looks a bit like Playmaker, funnily enough, so maybe it's him. So, or more than likely, it was a bluff. He probably doesn't really know the identity of Playmaker, and he's just that confident he'll win. He's just like, no, play me for it now, and I'll tell you the identity of it, whatever. So, we've got this duel between Go and this villain. I really hope Go wins. I really think he should win. I like the idea of, like, other characters doing stuff, not necessarily. I don't want the show to have Jaden syndrome, where, like, it was all focused on Jaden getting the big duels. So there'd be an episode in GX, there'd be a character that someone else would duel, but then that someone else would lose and Jaden would take over and win. That always pissed me off, that did. I mean, at least with Yu-Gi-Oh, it still had a focus around Joey, and it never always had Yugi coming in and just basically cleaning up after Joey. Joey had his own victories, and, you know, we followed Joey's story as well. It wasn't just about Yugi getting all the wins. Whereas GX, but that's another video for another time, I guess. But I don't want this show to be a case of, you know, all these other characters are trying to do their thing, but then they all fail when Playmaker succeeds. I don't want them to do that with Yusuke like we did it with Jaden. I really hope, and I really think Go's going to win. We'll just have to see. Another little thing. It doesn't say, back a few videos ago, I said that I think Revolver's figured out who Playmaker is. By the looks of it, it doesn't seem like he has fully figured it out. Maybe he might have sussed it out. Maybe he helped more than one person. If that was him at the who that voice is. If that was him, maybe it wasn't just Yusuke he helped out. Maybe it was other people. Maybe he knows who it is, but he doesn't know who that kid went on to become. Maybe there's a lot more going on than we think. But yeah, he's now trying to figure out what's going on before this big plan goes into effect. He's now trying to suss out this whole thing with Yusuke and work it all out. So we're just going to see how that revolves and how that all works out. Or, just see how it goes. Overall, guys, it was a recap episode. It's fucking a step up already, but that's not bloody hard. But yeah, all in all, a very good episode. We got the new arc is now starting. It was doing that whole thing where it was, getting us stuff. We've got these things now, the Anothers, who are people who are getting fucked off into another worlds, and we now have this whole new theme about people getting sucked off into the VRains, and just we don't know what's going to happen. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it all unfolds. I was quite happy with the episode. No duels, but again, it was just building the arc up and explaining everything. So we've got Go versus this guy. Hopefully, it'll look good, and we'll find out next week. So take care, guys. Bye bye.